Hello, I'm Kat Bell, and today I'll be showing how I make my mini pumpkin cakes out of these mini bundt cakes. The first step is to obviously make the cake itself, and I used a pumpkin spice since it's, pumpkin season. And since my sister's an October baby, and she likes pumpkin spice as well, why not? What I'm doing here is leveling out the cake just so that you get two perfect bundts to get that pumpkin shape. Moving on to the frosting. This year I opted to just use regular store-bought. So this is vanilla frosting that I added some orange food coloring in until it was the color that my sister liked. I heaped a generous amount of the frosting into a Ziploc bag to make it easier to frost later. So it's basically a poor man's piping bag. And I just cut off a bit of the end so that the frosting has a way to get out of the bag. For the stem, and to better keep the two halves of the pumpkin together, I decided to use a Pocky stick this year. So I just stabbed it through the top of one part of a bundt and then frosted what would be the middle just to better keep them together, kind of like glue. Once we got all the frosting on, we can just pop on another piece of bundt going the opposite way. And I just stab that right through the Pocky. And then we have our nice pumpkin base. Finally, we can get to the actual frosting of the pumpkin. And this is where it really gets that nice pumpkin look. And here I attempted to just use the Ziploc to get the pumpkin ridges, but this frosting just wasn't cooperating with that. It was just really coming out thick. So I did end up just spreading it with a knife eventually. But if you have a thin, flat piping tool, that would probably work. And I've seen that used for like cookies and things to get pumpkin ridges. So that would probably work. Also, this icing was kind of melty. So as it is with everything else I bake, it's not really cooking or baking unless you make an absolute mess of everything. So here I'm just spreading the icing frosting all over the pumpkin, and then I'm going through and kind of just flattening it out with downwards or upward strokes so that it has those kind of pumpkin ridges. And this took a little bit of trial and error. You want to try and get it kind of as flat as possible. It doesn't have to look exactly perfect. We're not going for super realism here. Once I got the frosting to the point where it wasn't going to get any better, I went ahead and cut off the Pocky at the base of the pumpkin. After that, I just plopped it down into the prop dirt and pudding cup, and that was it. Overall, it was a fun but messy process, and I can't wait to see how my pumpkins improve in the future. Bye!